dear students of BSc second semester. So welcome to physics classes by Sarabdeep Kaur Sidhu. So today's our topic is in the last topic we have studied about the wave motion. So if the number of oscillators are infinite, then the system is can be treated as a continuous system. Okay? So in this topic we are going to study wave equation for a stretched string. Wave equation for a stretched string. So for this, for example, we take a transverse wave. First consider a transverse wave propagating along x-axis. So take a transverse wave which is propagating along x-axis. So this is x, this is y. So transverse wave is propagating in this way, or you can say the string is stretched string. So when the string is stretched, then there is also change in length, and also the vertical, there will be a vertical displacement. Clear? So consider a transverse wave propagating along x-axis in a uniform stretched string. Uniform stretched string like this. A string is stretched like this. Here, having constant tension T, the tension T, let rho be the mass per unit length. Mass per unit length, that is linear mass density, you can say. And now divide the string. Divide this string into a large number of segments. So divide it like this segment, this segment, this segment, this segment. So divide this into a large number of segments of length ds. You can take this length as ds length. For example, this segment, if we are taking this segment, so take this segment as ds, take this segment as ds as shown in the figure. Now when we are taking this length segment, so take a magnified view of this segment. Magnified view of this segment. How we can take the magnified view of this segment? So this segment is like this. Yeah. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this segment is ds. This segment is ds. So taking this and this, suppose this is the total segment we are taking, and this as distance. So taking this distance as x, up to this distance is x, and up to along y direction this distance is y. Taking this as y up to this point. Clear? And this distance, taking this distance as dx, and similarly up to this to this point, taking this distance as dy. Means you can say total distance from this reference point O. This is a reference point O. So total distance from this point to this point, taking this point as P, this distance is x plus dx. This is x plus dx. Similarly, this distance is y up to this point. Up to this point, the distance is y. So this distance is y. This is y. Clear? So this is dy. So total distance of this is y plus dy. Taking this as q and this point as r point. Clear? Now there will be a uniform tension, constant tension T. So taking tension, now tension is at this point also and at this point also. So at this point, if tension is T, taking tension T like this, this is tension T, here is also a tension T. So here is tension T, resolving this into two parts. This is angle is theta plus d theta, means at this side tension is T, taking resolving theta plus d theta is the angle, T cos theta plus d theta, and here is T sin theta plus d theta. So this is point Q. Similarly at point R. So at point R, clear? At point R, this point is R. So now here the tension is T is the tension, taking angle theta. So this is t cos theta. Similarly, this is t sin theta. Means this is point R. Taking t. This is angle theta. So this is t cos theta and this is t sin. Clear? At this point, if this angle is theta at point R, this angle is theta. So in this side, t cos theta, downward direction, t sin. Clear? If we are taking the resolving the tension into two parts, because we are taking the small line segment. So you can take this line segment at any point, at here, at here. So this is a magnified view of this line segment. Clear? So if you want that this will be clear, so I will make this more clear. So this is angle theta and here is t sin theta. This angle is theta, this is tension T. Clear? This is Y. Clear? Now after resolving the tension into two parts, now the horizontal component of force, taking this as Fx. So Fx, that will be equal to the horizontal component t cos theta plus d theta. Here is t cos theta plus d theta, and in this side that is t sin theta plus d theta. Clear? So this one. So t cos theta plus d theta minus t cos theta. This is the net force horizontal component. Now the vertical component. This is the horizontal component. Horizontal component of force. Vertical component. This is the vertical component. Vertical component. So vertical component will be, that is equal to t sin theta plus d theta, upward direction, and t sin theta is in downward direction, opposite direction. So this is the vertical component. T sin theta plus d theta minus t sin theta. Clear? Because this is a stretched strain, and when it is in equilibrium position, the forces will cancel out. But this is when a string is stretched. Clear? Displaced from the equilibrium position. Clear? So this is the horizontal component. This is the vertical component. Now, taking only transverse waves are propagating along x-axis. So taking the pay attention on the vertical component only. So taking vertical component only, that is Fy, force. Now we know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. So we are taking this equation as first, this as second. So from equation second, we can write Fy, that is m into double derivative of y with respect to t. Clear? Mass into acceleration, that is equal to t sin theta plus d theta minus t sin theta. Now the string is stretched, so angle is very small. The angle is very small. So when angle is very small, theta and theta plus d theta, that is very small. When theta is small, theta and theta plus d theta is small, then you can write sin theta plus d theta, that is approximate equal to tan theta plus d theta. Similarly, sin theta, that will be equal to tan theta. So put here, instead of sin, we can put tans. So m into double derivative of y with respect to t, that is equal to t tan theta plus d theta minus t tan theta. Minus t tan theta. Taking t as common, so t tan theta plus d theta minus tan theta. Now we know that the tan theta can be written as a slope, that is the double derivative, that is the derivative of y with respect to x, means small change. So you can write here this is equal to T dy by dx when change along this direction is x plus dx minus tan theta dy by dx when change is x. When change is x. Now we know the Taylor's theorem. We know the Taylor's series. According to Taylor's series, we can find out this value. According to Taylor's theorem, we can find out this value. How we can find out this value? So according to Taylor's series, fx plus h, that is equal to fx. F is a function, h is the width. So fx plus h into f dash x plus so on. We are taking only these two terms. Now here fx plus h is dy by dx at x plus dx. So dy by dx at x plus dx, that is equal to fx dy by dx at x plus h is dx, x plus dx minus x, width is here dx. So dx into f dash x means double derivative of y with respect to t square. So these are the according to Taylor's theory, we have this result. But we want to find out this value taking this equation as third equation. So we want to find out the value of this. Clear? So taking this on left hand side, so dy by dx at x plus dx minus this, that is equal to, clear? So taking this as equation number 4, so putting the value from 4th in 3rd. So when you put the value from 4th in 3rd, what you get, we are getting m into derivative of y with respect to t square curly, that is equal to t into dx curly dy by, these are our curlies, okay? This is full dx. Clear? Now we know that rho is equal to mass per unit length, small length in x-axis is dx, so rho is equal to m over dx, or m is equal to rho into dx. So m is equal to rho into dx. So put here, instead of m we can put here rho into dx, rho into dx. So this dx goes with this dx. So what you have, rho by t, taking t on left hand side, curly y, double derivative of y curly with respect to t, that is equal to curly double derivative of y with respect to t square. Clear? With respect to t, sorry. So what is rho over t? All of you know rho over t. Rho over t is c square. So this is 1 over c square. That is equal to, this is x. Sorry for this. This is x because we have here double derivative f dash x. So fx is dy by dx. So here must be double derivative of y with respect to x. So it is x. So when you put the value, you will get here x. Clear? So this is x. Clear now? Here is f dash x. So fx is curly y, derivative of y with respect to x. So when we take its derivative, it must be double derivative of y with respect to x curly. So this is this. So this is 1 over c square. This is equal to this. So how you can say rho over t is c square? 1 over c square, rho by t. Rho is the mass per unit length, m by l, and t is tension. Tension is a force. mass into acceleration. Acceleration is Lt minus 2. Lt minus 2. Dimension which m is the mass. You can take m, capital M. So m goes with m. So this is 1 over L square T minus 2. Or length by time is velocity, that is equal to length by time. Length by time. So here is length by time. So this is equal to 1 over c. So rho by t is 1 over c square. So rho by t is 1 over c square. So this is the equation of a differential form of a equation of a wave. For now we are taking the stretched straight. So this is equation of motion. So carry to memory this. This is very important equation of a wave. Very important. So to remember this, sometimes students put C in this side. So remember CT. Clear? Now we want to find out the solution of this equation. We want to find out the solution of this equation. So the solution we will find out in the next video. Thank you.